Right behind me, I've got the monster truck here, which is a 2025 Ford F-350 Lariat, but it has the Roush package. All right, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason and I do reviews on vehicles here in Canada. So reviews just like this. If you love car reviews, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. And thank you to Mayfield Ford for allowing me to review this beast. Now I'm gonna quickly put up the window sticker for this truck because it has a ton of things that are added to it. This is not your regular degular F-350. This is literally a monster truck. Not only does it have the crazy Roush packaging, it's also got the upgraded diesel engine. It also has the black appearance package, also the Lariat ultimate package, and just a few other things here and there. But those are like the main ones that this has. So as I walk around the truck here, outside and inside, you'll notice a ton of differences compared to a normal F-350 Lariat. So just keep that in mind. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different models that you can get with the Ford F-350s, the safety features that you get with this F-350 Lariat, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course, the pricing on this. All right, I had to turn the truck off because it was just way too loud. But let's start off with the different models that you get with the F-350s. So first off, you can pick from different styles. So this will be the 250, 350, or the 450. And in terms of the cab, you can either get a regular cab, a super cab, or a crew cab, which this one is in. And you can also pick from two different box sizes, the standard one or the bigger one, which is the 8 feet one. And in terms of the different models that you can get, this will be the XL, XLT, Lariat, King Ranch, and the Platinum. Now in terms of the safety features that you do get with the F-350 Lariats, this will be the Bliss with cross traffic alert and trailer coverage. There's also the pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking and the reverse sensing system. All right, now in terms of what powers this beast, this has the upgraded 6.7 liter high output Power Stroke V8 turbo diesel B20 engine, and this is a $15,000 option on this truck. That is insane, which is going to put out 500 horsepower and a whopping 1,200 pound-foot of torque. And in terms of towing, you can tow about 24,000 pounds with this bad boy when you are properly equipped. Let's start off in the front of this truck because it looks insane with everything that's on this. So first off, right off the bat, you are gonna notice this massive rubber piece at the bottom there that stretches across. And then your bumper starts from up here, which is of course in body color. You do have the front recovery hooks on both of the sides there. There's also the front safety sensors that run across, and you've also got the LED fog lights right here. Now these are surrounded by like the black plastic, but I do like that they added like these little lines. It's a small little detail, but again, better than being plain. And then as you make your way into the grille area, right underneath, to point out, you do have like this plastic trimming, kind of like what you have on like the trunk lids of the vehicles, but you have it up here. And then you get into this crazy looking grille area. You can see this is a Roush package. It has the illuminated Roush badging that runs across with two more LED lights here, and this thing is massive. And surrounding all of this, all the way around, you do have this beautiful gloss black trimming, and in the center here you do have a front-facing camera with a washer. And on the hood here, this is a Super Duty, so it's gonna say Super Duty. And then you just get into these very aggressive looking LED lights here. I love this bar that kind of stretches around, the daytime running light, and then you just have your typical lights in the center there, and then right in the middle here as well. And if you do look closely inside the light housing, you do have this chrome piece, which also has your reflective light. I love the look of these. This makes the truck look so aggressive, especially with the Roush package. Now on the hood, it's nothing too crazy, but you do have some decaling in the center here in black. All right, now when you come to the side of the truck, you can really see the massive size on this, and you can also see more of the Roush packaging all around the truck. And just a quick note, with the Roush package, you also get the performance suspension system, and this actually enhances your handling, ride quality, and the off-road capabilities. All right, I want to try showing you up top. This truck is very tall and very massive, but you do have the panoramic sunroof on this, which is very nice. And you also have your marker lights. You also have a decal up there on the roof there on the edge that also says Roush, and right underneath you do have that Ford badge as well in the windshield. And then you come around to your windows here. Now you have the typical rubber look, of course, but in the center here you do have the gloss black trimming. You also get the body color door handles, and then you've got these massive tow mirrors here. Now all of this is in the black plastic. You've got some gloss black up here, with the lighting, and it also says Ford right here. And then if you look underneath, you have another like projection light right there, and then a side mirror camera. Now, as you move into the fender area here, you have this massive piece in gloss black and the typical black plastic. This says Lariat, and it also says F-350. Now, moving to the side of the doors here, you can see more of the Roush decaling along the sides of the door. And of course it says Roush. And you also have these side steps there. And then you just move into these wheels. Now, these again are also a part of the Roush package. If you can't already tell due to the center cap there that says Roush, but these are your 20-inch satin black Roush wheels. And they are paired with the 35-inch all-terrain tires. So it makes this truck look even more aggressive and just ready to take on anything. And obviously, if I take a step back from the truck, they fit the Roush package perfectly, I think. Another thing you'll notice with the Roush package is these fender flares. These also have the marker light because it kind of gives the truck a slight wide look in a way, but you have it in the front here, and then you've got a red one back here at the end. Now, as you make your way to the rear here on the bed, you also have a step here, so easy access to get in from the side or from the rear. All right, coming around to the rear of the truck, the nice looks continue, of course, and you got the nice Roush license plate. Now I'm going to start off on the bumper area here. Again, body color, but you do have some of the black bits and pieces like on the top here, and then also back here you have the steps built in, which are on, of course, both of the corners there. There's also the rear safety sensors that run across. You've also got these unique lights on the rear here, which is pretty cool. And you'll notice the marker lights right here in between the license plate and the tailgate. And then down here, of course, you have your typical hitch setup and all of the outlets and everything around the license plate area. Now, I just want to show you something very interesting on this. Look at your exhaust outlets. These are massive. Like, this is my hand. I can probably fit my hand in there, and you got two of them. Now let's move over to the tailgate here. You've got more of the Roush badging right back here, and then it also says Super Duty like it said on the hood. You've got the blacked out Ford badge, and you also get this badging, which is for the 6.7 liter Power Stroke turbo diesel. And then as for your rear lights, these are actually pretty interesting looking. They're very long, so it kind of looks good on the truck because the truck is massive. Also, up by your tailgate handle area, you do have your light and then a rear camera. All right, let's go ahead and open up the tailgate here. So you have the button right there, so it opens up, nice and assisted tailgate, which is good. So on here, you kind of have like this work surface, I guess, and you also have this measuring area, so you can use this as a measuring table if you want. Also built in to the tailgate here, if you just press this, you do have your built-in step to get in and out of the bed with ease. However, you also have this little guy here, which extends out and acts as a handle. So getting in and out, if you're using this for work, is very, very easy and convenient. You'll also notice back here, you do have the spray and bed liner, which is always my favorite thing to add in any pickup truck, so you're not scratching up the floor or anything. So back here, you have all of like your links that you can attach with other stuff all on the corners there. There's also your LED bed lighting back here on both of the sides, of course. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now over on the rear glass here, you do have a center sliding window, so power sliding window, and you also get a signature from the man himself. And also, you'll notice up by the light, you also have a bed camera. So there's cameras all around, and I'm gonna show you that once we go inside. All right, let's head inside, because inside this truck is very, very unique. So as you open the door, you have your typical layout, of course. So down here, you have a good amount of room actually, and you've got a water bottle spot right there. This also has the Bang & Olufsen sound system, so as you can see it right there, and I love the plating on this, very unique and stands out for sure. There's also more space here, just like any Ford truck. And then up here, you've got some soft touch material, some granite trimming right here, and then this water bottle spot right there. And then with the Roush package, you also get carbon fiber. So you'll notice that throughout the interior on this truck. And then up here, what I like to call this area is kind of like a pair of jeans. That's what it reminds me of, just the way that it looks, but it looks very, very unique. And of course, you got the contrast stitching and the nice piping there as well. Now let me show you inside, because the seats are very, very nice on this. And I'm not just saying that, but take a look for yourself. You've got this beautiful brown interior. I just love the stitching. This is so, so nice and very premium. And you've also got like this suede material on the sides on both of the seats there. And this is also exclusive with the Roush package. I love what they did with the color interior on this. It's not all in your face, it's nice and subtle, but it looks very nice at the same time. And both of the side seats do come heated, which is a plus. And in the center here, not only is the nice designing, but the perforated sections. Now up here, if I can reach it, pulling this down, you do have your rear cup holders hidden away, and also lifting up the rear seats. Not only do you have some space right here, which you can definitely utilize, but then you have this area, which you can pull up. It's not going up, obviously the other seat is down, but you get the idea. You have this nice box that you can utilize with all your tools, maybe groceries, whatever it is. You have a ton of room in here. All right, now behind the driver and passenger seats, I love what they did with this, and what most manufacturers do is you have the soft touch material on the back. There's no plastic or anything, and then you also have the storage compartments, which of course are on both of the sides. Now I'm gonna jump in the truck here. I really don't have to show you the legroom and the headroom, because as you saw, this truck is massive, but I'm gonna show you anyways just for the sake of the video. All right, as you get inside, you can see your legroom does not disappoint in this truck. This seat can still be adjusted to wherever, who knows, but I got my legroom, I'm happy. And even the headroom on this, amazing. There's no issues. Obviously it's a pickup truck, so you'll be happy. Now over on the rear center console area here, you do have the chrome trimming that goes around your rear cup holders. You've got more carbon fiber trimming surrounding all of your vents. You've got the heated seat buttons right here, USB-C ports here, and then a 120 volt outlet right down there. All right, let's head to the front and see what we have going on compared to the rear. It's exactly like the rear. However, down here you have a ton more room, and everything else is identical other than having more carbon fiber up here. Your typical window controls, side mirror controls, you can even adjust your side mirrors. And then you have your driver memory seat buttons. And let me quickly just show you this. So if I wanna bring the mirror out, as you can see, it's going out, and then I can bring it in as well. So that's nice that you do get to adjust it from here. And of course it is tow mirror, so you definitely need that. All right, let's check out the front seats here and see what is different. Now, everything else is pretty much the same in terms of the color, obviously, the stitching, the perforated middle sections. However, up here, you do have the Roush stitched in to the headrest. And also, you have this Roush tag on the side, and then a US flag up here. But other than that, these seats are super nice, super comfortable, and they both come heated and ventilated, which is a plus. And then moving down here, this is where all of your power controls are for the seats. And down here, just your pedals, nothing too crazy. Here is your hood latch release. Moving up here, you've got your electronic parking brake. Here is how you adjust your pedals, so they are power adjustable, which is another plus. And then up here, you've got your light for the top of the bed, where I've shown you the camera. Here is the tailgate button, all of your exterior lighting controls, and then the side mirror lights. Now over on the front vent here, I do like this trimming. It's like this brushed aluminum look, which is very, very unique. And then of course another US flag, and your steering wheel is manual adjustable. All right, let's go ahead and start up the truck here. So you can see you've got the built Ford Tough animation right here. Now when I turn off the truck, you also get this animation that plays with the tail lights and whatnot. So you do get this nice animation on the cluster, and it just plays a nice video pretty much of the truck. All right, entering inside of the truck, your whole dashboard is in like plastic, of course. You've also got my favorite thing, which is the heads-up display. I love having this in any vehicle. And then on the pillar here, you have a speaker. There's one over here. There's one in the center, and the same thing over there. And you also have your handles in the front as well, and more carbon fiber that stretches across. I love how the carbon fiber looks on this. And then you move into your beautiful 12-inch fully digital cluster area. I love all of the details on this, especially like on the RPM, the speed section, how it looks like gears. Very, very nice. And to control all of this, it's all through here. So if I just press down, I can view all sorts of different information about the truck here, of course. And then if I press the menu button, it is gonna bring up more things. So I can just scroll through an endless amount of different menus. Now, as for the steering wheel, you have the soft material on this, the vinyl. It is heated, which is a plus. And then you have this granite trimming that goes around. And in the center here, you have more of the carbon fiber, as you can see. And it also says Roush, and then your Ford badge is there. And then on the left side here, you have all of your cruise control settings, follow distance, lane keep, all that good stuff, and your volume and Bluetooth. Over here, like I've shown you, the cluster controls, the phone controls, and the seat controls are right here. Behind, you do have your high beams, indicators, wipers, all of that good stuff is right here. And then since this is a diesel, you do have a shifter right here. Now moving to the center armrest area here, you have more of the soft touch material with the contrast stitching, and you have another signature right here. And opening this up here, you do have this tray which does pop out, and then you have a good amount of space in this, and you have 2 more USB ports inside. Not only that, if you do have valuables in this, you can lock it, so you do have the lock right there. Before I get into the center console here, I just want to touch on more of the carbon fiber along the sides of the center console, and then you have this good amount of storage space on the sides, and you'll notice this on the passenger side as well. Typically this is very small, but this is actually pretty deep inside, so that's a good thing. Now let's talk about the center console here. So you have this nice chrome trimming, and if you look closely, you do have the nice textured trimming, the detailing on this, very cool. You have some space here since there's no shifter. You've got your cup holders here, and if you slide this over, now you have 4 cup holders. And then right here, you have more space if you want to put your phone, wallet, cards, something very small in here. And then you have this thing that does retract back with more chrome, and then the same trim that you saw here. So pushing this back, you have some space in here. You've got a wireless phone charger and more USB ports. And then you move into this whole area. So right up here is all of your touchscreen controls. So you've got the cameras, hazards, traction control, and then like all of your seek, pause, play, volume, tune, all that good stuff. And then down here is all of your heating and cooling temperature controls. Here you've got the heated steering wheel button, heated seat button, vented seat button, and then same thing for the passenger side. Over on the left here, you have all of your different drive modes to select, and then your trailer brake controller, and then above is your Pro trailer knob. And then to the right down here, you have a 12-volt socket, and then here is another 120 volt outlet. And then you just get into this very nice, very sharp looking 12-inch touchscreen. One thing that I love about these screens, or this setup here with Ford, is you have a main screen here and then a little screen right here. So you kind of have the best of both worlds, and you can view all sorts of different information at the same time. Now on the main screen here, which is your audio section, if I just click sources, this will be your AM, FM, Sirius XM, and then of course your Bluetooth audio. Next is your phone section once you do have it paired with the truck. Next is your navigation section, so that's what it looks like. And now this section changed. You've also got the favorite section, so you can kind of customize what you want here, which tabs that you prefer. Then is the app section. Here you will find Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You've even got YouTube in this. And then you've got settings. Here you have a ton of different things that you can kind of fine tune. And then you have features. And I think this is going to be probably the most used one, because it has all of the important stuff. So here you have your driver assistance section. So this will be all of your safety features that you can turn on, off, whatever you want, set it to your liking. You can do it all through here. If I head back, there's also the zone lighting, like I was mentioning on the exterior. So you can turn on all of the sections at once, just like that, or you can do individual sections at a time, which I like. So let's head back. You've also got the towing section here, of course, with this bad boy. You've got your add a trailer, connection checklist, all the good stuff can be done through here. You've got your uplift controls, and these are the reverse lights that I've shown you on the rear bumper. So that's how you turn those on. And then your ditch lights, which you can turn on as well if you're going off-roading. So right now I'll turn them off. And then you just got the owner's manual. That's it for the main section. Now moving to the smaller section here, if I just click the pages, I can go through all sorts of different information, which is pretty neat. And here is the cameras on this. So if I just press this, this is what shows up. So right here, I have the front facing camera and then a bird's eye view right there. Now, if I press this here, it's gonna open up a bunch of different angles. So if I just click this, it's gonna show me the full front. And if I click the next one, it has a panoramic front view, so a wider view. And then also you have this, which is your bed camera that I was showing you at the top. You've also got the rear camera here, and then your hitch camera. Right here are your side mirror cameras, and then this one right here is if you do have a trailer connected. And then this little guy here is kind of seeing a split screen. And right above the screen here, you'll notice this button here, and this is for your engine brake. And on top of the dashboard, I forgot to mention, there is some small open storage space for maybe your phone, wallet, whatever it is you can put up there. Now moving up, you do have your rear view mirror, and then moving further up here, you've got your 6 auxiliary switches. Right here, you can put your sunglasses. Your rear power sliding window control is right here. Here is your sunroof control, and then your sunshade control, and then all of your interior lights. Here is what the key fob looks like for this truck. You've even got a R back here for Roush on the key fob. All right, coming around to the passenger side here, Here is another look at the section I was talking about on the side. So as you can see, it's a pretty generous amount of space in there. And then you get into your dashboard. Now there's a couple of things going on here. First off, you've got this nice Roush badge. You've also got Super Duty written right here, and then more of that beautiful chrome trimming, another US flag, and a section behind this which is hidden. Well, not really. If you just press this, it opens up and you can just tuck things away, and yeah, that's pretty neat. And then you have your typical glove compartment area. And here is the window sticker for this F-350 Lariat. The pricing that you see is in Canadian dollars. Now, if you notice, it does not mention the Roush package on this, and that's because it's not directly from the factory. It is added on after. And the Roush package is $20,000 USD. So in Canadian dollars, it's about pretty much $30,000, which is insane to think about. Well, that does it for the review on this 2025 Ford F-350 Lariat with the Roush package. This is a monster truck. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this beast.